What was supposed to be a night of celebration turned into disaster after 4 friends who were all drunk left the bar in the city without a designated driver. Designate a driver. Don't drink and drive.
This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Monday, the 19th day of August in the year 2024. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting. Now here's what we're tracking tonight. In a campaign-style, politically charged speech to the opening of the National Toshaos Conference this morning, President Irfan Ali compared development and gains in the indigenous communities under his current government and previous PPP governments to those under the APNU-AFC coalition government, which came out of office 4 years ago. Highlighting land rights, more budgetary funding for indigenous communities, and the number of programs and initiatives aimed towards the development of indigenous communities, the president told the conference that those communities can expect much more from his administration. He said the indigenous communities will also benefit from Guyana's earnings from carbon credits more.
Because we are a government that believes in giving more and not less. We have taken a decision to allocate 26.5% of the earning this year to you. Although the agreement is 15%, we do not want you to get less than what you had. We have increased the percentage of this year earning to 26.5%, ensuring that you will get no less than what you got last year. You will get $23.2 million US dollars, or 4.84 billion Guyana dollars in your villages, directly transferred to your villages.
The president also told the indigenous leaders that his government believes in them as much as they believe in the government. On the issue of land titling for indigenous communities, President Ali said more demarcation of land is being done to provide land titling to the indigenous communities across the country.
Under this administration, another almost 8,700 Amerindians have legal title to their land. Just a couple of years ago, the period 2015 to 2020, nothing. We couldn't do surveys during the period of COVID. So the pace at which we wanted to go was tremendously affected. Yet, we have 14 titles.
And while praising the work of the National Toshaos Council, the president took aim at the Amerindian People's Association, accusing the body of being political and not being true representatives of the Amerindian people of Guyana.
The scholarship that was zero, that we brought back with oil. The scholarship for indigenous people declined by 27.6%. And they say they love you. They say they're the champions of your right. And in all of this, in the taking away of the grant, in the firing of the CSO, in the reduction from 80% to 40% in medical supplies, in the reduction of scholarship by 27.6%. Where was the APA? Where was the voice of the APA? Where was this independent organization? Where were their voices? Why were they silent? Why were they complicit? The only voice was the NTC, who stood consistently.
Indigenous leaders at the conference were encouraged to continue being the custodian of the hopes and dreams of the indigenous people and the protector of their rights. The president said his government will continue its work to better the lives of the nation's indigenous people. More news coming up in just a moment.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Are you ready to elevate your career with a world-class education from the comfort of your home? The University of Excellence Management and Business, UEMB, Guyana's premier accredited and recognized tertiary institution, invites you to join one or more of our comprehensive 145-degree programs. Registration is now open for our next intake on September 9 and every 2 months thereafter. Enroll now and secure a 50% scholarship. Choose from an ABA, BBA, MBA, MPM, EMBA, EMPM, and LLM degrees, available in 14 specializations. Whether you hold an undergraduate degree, a diploma, or relevant professional qualifications, apply. We are an accredited degree-granting tertiary institution in Guyana. Our programs are also equivalent to a USA Regional Accredited degree. Submit your completed application form, proof of entrance qualification, and any form of ID. For more details, visit our administrative office in the Critchlow Labour College, front building, Wolford Avenue, or call 225-1395, 225-1397-9, 618-3434, and 681-3434. Progressing to a degree is as easy as ABC with UEMB. Deal with the best and forget the rest.
I can't wait until tomorrow.
Yes.
Start packing this, yeah?
I ain't start packing yet. Usually I pack a couple hours before and I go. Drive. I got my phone, I got my keys, my charger, my
Procrastinating planning for the future? Well, that's never a good idea. Let Demerara Mutual and Demerara Fire and General help you get started with planning for your future today. I'm with Dem.
Once you have registered for the virtual meeting, you would receive a registration email containing all the details you need to attend. You may need to check your junk or spam folder or your promotions tab in Gmail. Open the registration email and click on the blue button to join the meeting. In order to be correctly recognized during the meeting, enter your email address, then first and last name, then click Join Webinar.
Do you have a business and want to reach more customers? Then sell on Fazaro.com. Sign up is easy and free. Take advantage of our site traffic, online payment processing, delivery service, and much more. Grow your business today. Fazaro, Guyana's premier e-commerce marketplace.
As Indigenous leaders from across the country meet here in Georgetown for their National Toshaos Conference, the Amerindian Peoples Association is urging the Toshaos and other Indigenous leaders to raise issues affecting their communities without fear and avoid outside influences. In a statement over the weekend, the APA said that this year's conference is especially critical for the Indigenous peoples as their communities are witnessing rapid changes that require them to be truly part of the decision-making processes. The APA said it is important that Indigenous leaders freely express their views, their concerns, and solutions regarding the complex issues of their communities, whether related to land rights, environmental threats, or the provision of essential services such as education, healthcare, and they should have the ability to do so in the language that they are most comfortable with. The APA said the country is at a pivotal time in its ongoing struggle for Indigenous people's rights. Therefore, they must ensure that the conference is led by Indigenous peoples, guided by their priorities and concerns, and not restricted by anyone's agendas, but the communities. noting that the National Toshaos Conference is a critical national platform for Indigenous leaders to collectively reflect on the progress and the challenges facing their communities. The APA said there must be continued advocacy for the advancement of Indigenous rights and their well-being. The organization said it encourages respect for the autonomy and self-determination of Indigenous leadership and supports meaningful dialogue rooted in Indigenous people's voices and lived experiences.
So remember, the crabwood that grow in Essequibo is real. And the 6 o'clock tea and the sakiriki is real. And the lava that run from Guyana is real. And the Wallaba coast on the quarantine coast is real. I hear the Bundari crab is real. Truly Benab is real. Human Guyana is real.
Known for his songs that defined the generation and reflected on growing up in Guyana while putting a nation together in face of threats, Guyanese cultural icon, calypsonian and songwriter Dave Martins passed away on Sunday at the age of 90. In announcing his passing, his wife, environmentalist Annette Arjun, reflected on their 15 years of marriage and his passion for Guyanese and all things Guyana.
Guyana coming back. Today, Guyana coming back. Whoop and whap, Guyana coming back. Look out, Jack, Guyana coming back.
President Irfan Ali, in a statement, said Dave Martins was more than just a musician. He was a true Caribbean person whose influence extended beyond borders, touching the lives of countless individuals across the region. The president said that his loss is deeply felt, not only in Guyana but throughout the entire Caribbean and in the diaspora. According to the president, whenever his music plays, no matter where you are, it stirs a deep sense of pride in being a Caribbean person. The rhythms and melodies carry the essence of the shared heritage of the region, the president noted. Opposition leader Aubrey Norton described Dave Martins as a cultural icon and a one-of-a-kind true Guyanese patriot. In its statement, the Alliance for Change said Dave Martins was the very essence of what a Guyanese is and was, adding that he embodied the spirit of Guyaneseness in the way he lived and in the way he expressed himself through his music. According to the AFC, every generation of Guyanese since 1970 has embraced the nation's unofficial anthem, Not a Blade of Grass, as that song that we are most proud of after dear land of Guyana.
We're a peaceful people, struggling, we struggle. I mean, I look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside places, from foreign places, talk about taking over, being backing down. So we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river. That belongs to me. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass.
Many of the songs written and performed by Dave Martins became the anthem of many lives and many people. One of his best-known pieces, Not a Blade of Grass, became and remains a national rallying cry of unity in the face of threats from neighboring Venezuela. One of his other hit songs, Is We Own, also reflected on national symbolism and the things that make one stand out as a Guyanese. His Boyhood Days and Cricket in the Jungle pieces remain some of his best works that have endured decades and generations.
I remember still, and I always will, time cannot be erased. Boyhood days.
Dave Martins spent many of his years traveling the Caribbean and the world to perform his calypso pieces to sold-out crowds. He lived in Canada and then the Cayman Islands for many of those years, but moved back home to his beloved Guyana in his later life. He will forever be remembered as a true son of the soil and musical genius.
Are you looking for the best high school education at affordable fees? Then register your child today at the VYC Academy. Now enrolling grades 7, 8, 9, and 10 students for the 2024-2025 academic year. VYC Academy, achieving academic excellence. For more information, call us on 227-1013 or WhatsApp us at 649-1300.
Over 205,000 school-aged children benefit from a $45,000 Because We Care cash grant and uniform voucher. This initiative helps parents ensure their children have the tools needed for education. Oil and gas revenue makes up 29% of the 2024 budget.
Region 4, the Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union will be hosting its annual general meeting for the period 2021 to 2022 on Sunday, the 25th of August, 2024 for members of Region Number 4. The meeting will be convened at the Critchlow Labor College, Wolford Avenue at 10 hours. Members are encouraged to pre-register at bit.ly/GPSCCU AGM 2024 for further instructions on how to take part in the meeting and to vote for a new committee of management. The meeting will take place both online and in person at various locations across the country. Full participation of members is encouraged. Let us move your credit union forward. The Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union. People helping people.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Monster, bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors, that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster, grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Buster, bust the flavors. Buster, bust the flavors.
6 Brazilian nationals were arrested on Sunday during an operation by the Joint Services and the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission to clamp down on illegal gold mining. In a statement on Sunday night, the Guyana Police Force announced the arrest of the 4 Brazilian men and 2 Brazilian women in the Amatac-Potara River area, where they were found engaged in illegal mining activities. The police statement said the Joint Services team was shuttled into the area on Sunday morning by a GDF helicopter and identified the illegal mining operation on the west bank of the Potara River. The age of those arrested ranged from 22 years old to 51. The police statement said the illegal miners were questioned and instructed by the Joint Services and the GGMC officials to vacate the illegal operation. They were placed under close arrest after being informed of the allegation of illegal mining. The 6 suspects have since been transported to the city and are now in police custody awaiting charges. Their mining camp and the dredge that they used in the area were completely destroyed. The illegal mining operation appeared well laid out with large pieces of mining equipment at the campsite. The police said the investigations are ongoing tonight. Investigators from the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission and the Ministry of Labour have travelled to the Region 8 mining community of St. Elizabeth Bagdam, following the latest mining pit collapse, which has claimed the lives of 2 miners. The investigators travelled into the community over the weekend to begin their probe of the deadly workplace accident, which occurred on Friday evening. The 2 dead men have been identified as Sherwin Joseph and Imran Blake. Initial reports coming out of the area stated that on Friday, the 2 and other miners were working in one of the gold mining pits when the walls of that pit suddenly collapsed. At least 4 other miners managed to escape from the pit, but Joseph and Blake did not make it out in time and were completely covered. Their bodies were eventually retrieved from the mining pit and taken to the Mahdia Hospital, where doctors pronounced both miners dead. Guyana has recorded a high number of mining pit accidents in recent years. President of the Guyana Teachers Union, Dr. Mark Light, appears to be giving a passing grade and offering his support to the recent salary increase offer for teachers from the Education Ministry, although the rest of the union and the wider membership have rejected that 10% offer. During a live broadcast on Facebook over the weekend, the GTU president declared that there has been positive movement in a number of non-salary areas during the negotiations. He boasted that no other negotiating team has been able to get the government to increase the clothing allowance since 2006. As part of the package being offered by the government, Light explained that it was agreed that the clothing allowance for teachers will be increased from $8,000 per year to $15,000 per year. Additionally, he noted that the union has also negotiated for teachers to be paid for the marking of SBAs. A high school teacher will receive a $500 top-up for each school-based assessment they supervise and mark. Further, the GTU president said the issue of housing for teachers was also discussed. He said the union suggested that the ministry helps to fast-track housing applications for teachers and proposed a $200 million housing revolving fund to be managed by the Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union so that teachers can benefit. But while the union's executive might have agreed with the non-salary benefits, there appears to be a split among the union leaders on the percentage being offered by the government. The union's general secretary and the majority of the general council members are pushing for a higher increase than the 10% which has been offered. While not directly addressing the 2 different positions within the union's executive, Mr. Light thinks the teachers stand to benefit from the latest round of negotiations. He calculated that teachers who are on the higher end of the scale will receive more than $20,000 more on their salary if the 10% is accepted. He noted that the union was able to get a good scholarship package for teachers from the negotiations.
So teachers for the first time will be receiving a scholarship to do a diploma in education or a master's in education under at the University of Guyana. Right? That never happened before. We've always just had first degrees. So a teacher can actually do a diploma or they can do a master's degree. And so there's going to be 30 teachers who are going to be beneficiaries of post-grad degrees. So if you want to go back and do an additional degree for that 1 year, it will be free of cost. If you want to go and do a master's degree, which is over $1 million, I believe, is the cost of the university, you will be able to do that free of cost.
And the GTU president said as part of the package, teachers who retire and wish to return to the education system will be given salaries on the same scale that they left the system. Additionally, deputy head teachers of 6 form schools will also receive the same salary of a head teacher. Benefits for hinterland teachers will also be increased, according to the GTU president.
The ministry and the union did give a commitment that, we will not put these numbers in the public, but given the place where we are with all the back and forth and persons are just hearing about the percentages, I thought that the other aspect of the package should be shared with you. I've reached the in-house agreement between the 2 sides.
While the union was also pushing for a $25,000 health package for teachers, Mr. Light said a proposal and commitment was given by the Ministry of Education to partner with the Health Ministry to offer health services to teachers on specific days. He said the union also negotiated for allowances to teachers to be tax-free. The two sides are expected to meet again soon, but a date is still to be announced for that next meeting.
Are you looking for the best high school education at affordable fees? Then register your child today at the VYC Academy. Now enrolling grades 7, 8, 9, and 10 students for the 2024-2025 academic year. VYC Academy, achieving academic excellence. For more information, call us on 227-1013 or WhatsApp us at 649-1300.
Win one of 10 great prizes in the Mobile Dip and Win promotion. Win a motorcycle, TVs, shopping sprees, or free mobile lubricant. Just buy any mobile lubricant, collect your entry form, complete it, and drop it into boxes provided at leading stores. Yes, buy any mobile lubricant and have a chance to win great prizes. Promotion ends October 2, 2024. Mobile lubricant, proven performance for your engine.
What was supposed to be a night of celebration turned into disaster after four friends who were all drunk left the bar in the city without a designated driver. Designate a driver. Don't drink and drive.
Region 4. The Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union will be hosting its annual general meeting for the period 2021 to 2022 on Sunday, the 25th of August, 2024 for members of Region Number 4. The meeting will be convened at the Critchlow Labor College, Wolford Avenue at 10 hours. Members are encouraged to pre-register at bit.ly/GPSCCU AGM 2024 for further instructions on how to take part in the meeting and to vote for a new committee of management. The meeting will take place both online and in person at various locations across the country. Full participation of members is encouraged. Let us move your credit union forward. The Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union. People helping people.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
Across the region tonight, let's begin in the Turks and Caicos, where officers of the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force over the weekend seized more than $2.7 million in marijuana following separate busts involving illegal migrants. On the 16th of August at around 11:40 p.m., a team of officers responded to a report of an illegal migrant landing at Bird Rock. 15 illegal migrants were detained. The officers conducted searches in the vicinity of the landing site and discovered marijuana with an estimated street value of more than $131,000. Meanwhile, on the 17th of August, shortly after 5 o'clock in the afternoon, officers of the Marine Unit of the Royal Turks and Caicos Police Force received information and went to a location in Jones Cay, where 2 illegal migrant vessels were found. 41 illegal migrants, 32 males and 6 females, were detained. The officers seized more than $2.7 million in marijuana at that site. The commissioner of police in the Turks and Caicos Islands said the journey that illegal migrants take across the sea to arrive in the Turks and Caicos Islands is treacherous, which endangers their lives. Additionally, he noted the trafficking of illegal contraband such as marijuana into the Turks and Caicos Islands is an offense with serious penalties. In neighboring Venezuela, opposition supporters have gathered across the country to protest against Nicolas Maduro's disputed victory in last month's presidential election. The opposition leader Maria Corina Machado joined thousands of protesters in the capital of Caracas, and she's urged them not to be afraid. The opposition leader, who had been in hiding after being accused of insurrection, said there was nothing above the voice of the people and that the people had spoken. The police and the army were deployed in force as supporters of Mr. Maduro also held a demonstration. The opposition leader, Ms. Machado, who was banned from running in the election, had called for nationwide protests to intensify pressure on Mr. Maduro to concede. Some demonstrators seemed determined to carry on with the protests. And finally tonight, international news. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has described his 3-hour meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken as positive and says it was conducted in good spirit, with pressure for a ceasefire growing. The U.S. Secretary of State is making his 9th trip to the region since Israel's war in Hamas began back in October. The U.S. expressed optimism about the ceasefire deal after talks resumed in Doha last week. However, Hamas has said suggestions of progress are an illusion, with a number of issues between the two sides still contested, including whether Israeli troops will be required to withdraw fully from Gaza. Earlier that day, Mr. Blinken also met with Israel's President Isaac Herzog and said it was probably the best, maybe the last opportunity to secure a ceasefire and hostage release deals in Gaza. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to have a safe and enjoyable night.